And as we await President Trump's Supreme Court pick, of course, we're concerned with what the pulse is here in Arizona. And
for that, we turn to KTAR's Jim Sharpe for some analysis on this big decision. Jim, good morning. There's the short list that is out. Is there a front runner, though?
There's two front runners, really, at this point. You've got Brett Kavanaugh and you've got Thomas Hardiman. And then I'd put Amy Coney Barrett third on that list. But those are your two top contenders at this point.
Okay, so those would be the top contenders. Who would you say is the most controversial pick, and what would the chances of a nomination like that going through?
You know, it's funny. It's almost like these judges lived their lives, did their judicial rulings in a way that kind of protected them, really, from any controversy. They all appear to be fairly moderate, although very conservative as well on certain issues, like, for instance, Brett Kavanaugh and Thomas Hardiman, both very strong on the Second Amendment. But one of the things that we don't know a whole lot about is how they'd rule on immigration. Amy Coney Barrett, interestingly, I'm not really sure what she'd do. She adopted two kids from Haiti, so she has two immigrants in her family, in her immediate family, her children. And so we're not really sure how they'd rule in that area either. And interestingly, I can't find any Arizona connection for any of these judges. They didn't serve in the Ninth Circuit, which of course is where our cases go on appeal at the federal level, and they just didn't really have many rulings that really affected Arizona much in any way, shape, or form. The fact that Kavanaugh and Hardiman both are pro-Second Amendment may appeal to a lot of Arizonans. There is, however, a couple of interesting Arizona ties to all this. It was just announced by the White House that former Arizona Senator Jon Kyl, who left the Senate in 2013, replaced by Jeff Flake, will act as the Sherpa. That's the term they actually use to kind of shepherd whoever the nominee is through the process. He's formerly served on the Senate Judiciary Committee, which is, of course, where the hearings will be held. And then Jeff Flake, who sits on the Judiciary Committee, who basically replaced Senator Jon Kyl, will be in on those hearings and be asking some questions of this nominee. Here's the really weird and interesting part, though, is hours before the fact that Anthony Kennedy was going to retire, before he announced his retirement, Senator Jeff Flake had in an article with the Daily Beast that he was going to block Trump judicial nominees because he wanted to take away the president's ability to impose tariffs, because Jeff Flake's a big free trader. So, but I think all bets are off when it comes to the Supreme Court. I think that was for federal judges. This is, of course, is the ultimate federal judge, and Jeff Flake sees that it's very important, at least for his party, to get a conservative judge on that bench.
All right, Jim Sharpe with KTAR digging deep. Sherpa, Jon Kyl, I'm sure the honorable senator maybe didn't anticipate having that kind of a title. Thanks, Jim, for that. We appreciate it.
Yeah.